How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to try to deal with the squash vine borer. Now, squash vine borers attack squashes, zucchini, also pumpkins, and some of the winter gourds. This is the telltale damage of the squash vine borer, and what you can see is this leaf has wilted. There's actually a little opening in the stem right here, and another one here, and if you look really closely, you can see some of that yellow frass, or the excrement, basically the poop of this little larva. Here's a close-up showing that infected stem. And essentially what this is a moth larva. So the moth emerges from the soil. So it's going to burrow in the soil over winter, and it's going to emerge in the spring, fly around, they're going to mate, and the females will come and lay eggs on the stem. The egg will hatch into a larva, the larva burrows in, feeds on the stem, severely damages, might even kill the plant, and then the larva emerges, drops down into the dirt, pupates, and the cycle repeats. So before we talk about prevention, let's talk about dealing with the problem once you have it. So this is a scalpel that I essentially sterilized with some alcohol, and I'm going to try to slice right into the stem and open it up, and you can see there's the culprit. So there is the culprit. Now it's small right now, but that will keep growing and eating. So this one I'm just going to squish. Now this vine might just be dead, and so I'm actually just going to cut that right off. And you want to discard that far away from the garden. Now, there's a chance there might be more, either in the stem, or there might be some eggs that I'm missing. They're very tiny little eggs. And so now let's talk about prevention. Okay, one way to prevent this would be to cover the plants with a floating row cover or a very light sheet. The problem is, yeah, it keeps out the moth, but it's also going to keep out the pollinators. So if pollinators are trying to get to the flowers, covering the plants is not an option. If you're like me, and you're like a lot of farmers and gardeners, you don't want to use chemicals that are dangerous to you or to beneficial insects like pollinators. So what do you use to spray or to treat? Well, the most harmless thing that you could use is called BT, and that's an organic pesticide. It's bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis, and you take a solution of this, you buy the solution, you get a syringe and needle, and you inject it into the stems about once a week, about 1 milliliter per plant per week, towards the base of the main stem. Okay, that might not be practical, but essentially that only kills larvae that are inside the stem. Now, a topical or external application might be permethrins or some of those other, like Bug B Gone. The problem is those are indiscriminate killers. They kill everything, and I don't want to use those in my garden. So I'm going to try a solution of neem oil. Neem oil is derived from a tree, and despite some of the comments on the internet, it actually has been shown scientifically to kill, and it only kills insects that chew and swallow this product on the leaves. So your honeybees and butterflies won't be affected. I'm not using a surfactant or a detergent or soap. I'm just using neem as prescribed on the bottle. This is cold pressed neem, and the neem is also going to work for whatever's chewing these leaves. These are different, probably some type of other caterpillar. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this and go around the garden and give everybody a good little spritz. There's that stem that we just cut. And you want to focus mainly at the base. You want to focus mainly down here because that's where the eggs are going to be laid. Get on here, focus down at the base. I am going to spray these leaves right here. Now, neem oil is considered organic. It can cause toxicity if a person were to eat it at a high concentration, or if a person were to put it on their skin. I know there's some skin products with neem oil. See, I'm getting the base there. And so just use as directed on whatever packaging you get with cold pressed neem oil. All right, I hope this has helped inform you about how to treat and prevent the infection of your squash plants by the squash vine borer.